I'm a senior education advisor with the Alliance for Lifetime Income, and they came out with these new mugs. And MUG stands for Mortgage, Utilities, Groceries. It's really a symbol of your basic living expenses in retirement. Any of the normal expenses that you would have in retirement, your housing, your food, your clothing, your cell phone, your internet, that's all considered your basic living expense. Could be your green fees, could be your yacht fees, whatever your normal expenses are in retirement. You want to cover that with some form of protected or guaranteed lifetime income. Now, there are really only three sources. Number one, Social Security, which is a lifetime income annuity. It's a guaranteed paycheck for life. Source number two is a pension, which is a lifetime income annuity. It's a guaranteed paycheck for life. But whatever you're short, you need to go find an insurance company and buy some form of lifetime income annuity. And I think the markets today are proving this out. You can't have all your money in the market. Now, I'm not against stocks. I'm not against the market. It should never be a case of managed money or annuities. It should always be managed money and annuities. There is a place for an annuity in nearly everyone's portfolio, okay? And the simplest way to do it is if you would just move some of your bonds. I'm not even talking about moving your equities or your stocks. Move your bonds into guaranteed lifetime income. It will immediately lower the risk and increase the returns of every one of your portfolios. And it's because that annuity functions like inside of a portfolio as a AAA rated bond with a CCC rated yield with zero standard deviation. So it will immediately lower the risk and increase the return of every retirement portfolio out there. But when it comes to retirement, there are really two things that you need to pay attention to be financially successful in retirement. Number one, you want to have increasing income for the rest of your life. Why increasing income? To keep up with inflation. Inflation is one of the biggest risks in retirement. And number two, you need to manage retirement risks. You need to take key retirement risks off the table. There are a lot of risks in retirement. There's market risk. We've seen that. There's inflation. There's deflation. You might need long-term care. You might die. There's a thing called sequence of returns risk that I'm going to get into in just a couple minutes. These are risks that can literally wipe you out in retirement. So the distribution phase of retirement is very different than the accumulation phase of retirement. So if you've got an advisor who is telling you to stay away from annuities, you know immediately they're not a retirement advisor. They're an accumulation product advisor. And if you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, you need to get away from that type of advisor, and you need to find an advisor that focuses on retirement income. Because if you simply would cover your basic living expenses, your MUG, with some form of guaranteed or protected lifetime income, you're gonna take 5 key risks off the table. Number one, you're going to take market risk off the table because there's no market risk with a paycheck that comes every single month. You're going to take deflation risk off the table because if you're getting a paycheck and we go into a deflationary economy, and right now the world is facing a deflationary economy, it's one of the best things to own in a deflationary economy. There's no withdrawal rate risk. You can't take out too much money because you get that check every single month, and every month you can spend that check. You're taking sequence of returns risk off the table, and people don't understand sequence of returns risk. They think, well, the market averages 10 or 12% over 60 years. I'll be able to take out 5 or 6 or 7%. No, you can't. Even if the market averages 10 or 12%, Morningstar says the safe withdrawal rate is 2.8%. I know people who've averaged over 10% a year for 22 years, taken out 5% a year and gone broke. And it has to do with this sequence of returns risk, that it's not the average returns that matter. What matters is when you earn those returns. And if you enter into retirement and the market goes down, it can be devastating to your retirement. Because see, here's why even smart people don't understand sequence of returns risk. They're taught this, well, markets go up and down, but over time they always go up. Well, that works when you're in your 20s and 30s. You can close your eyes. You can dollar cost average in the market. You wake up on your 65th birthday, you're rich. But it doesn't work when you're in your 50s, 60s, and 70s. And it's because it is no longer dollar cost averaging. It is now dollar cost ravaging. Because what happens is if you have a portfolio and you're taking money out of that portfolio in retirement, well, that works as long as the market's going up. But as soon as the market starts going down, guess what you have to do? You have to take out more and more and more. And when the market goes back up, none of that grows back because you just took it out and spent it. And then the market goes down, you got to take out more and more and more. And when the market goes back up, none of that grows back. And all it takes is a couple of those dips early in retirement where the portfolio can enter a death spiral it will never come out of. The other reason smart people don't get it is they say things like this: I'll just wait it out. It always comes back. I don't panic. I wait it out. Well, I told you in the last video, the Japanese stock market has been down for over 30 years. The European stock market has been down for over 20 years. What would happen to your retirement if the market went down significantly and stayed down for an extended period of time? And if you say, wow, I'd be in big trouble, you need an annuity. It does not have to be difficult. You do not have to accept lower returns. Simply move some or all of that bond portfolio into some form of lifetime income annuity, and you're going to be happier. And now the research shows because you're happier, you have less stress, you're likely to live longer. So again, my message from the Alliance for Lifetime Income: cover your mug. At least find out what your basic living expenses are and cover those with some form of guaranteed lifetime income.